Hello and welcome to another episode of Film Freaks with a Z, the podcast all about movies. Each episode is about a single movie, and of course we'll introduce this episode's movie in a little bit. But first I just want to say, hey, if you want to join the fan vote, the next vote will be in a little while, so you got time to put in a movie recommendation for us. Right now, new people get the next slot. So if you have a movie that you want us to review or talk about, and hey, maybe you might want to come onto the episode yourself, send it over either on YouTube in the comments section of the latest episode of Film Freaks, or send us an email at ff.filmfreaks with a Z at the end at gmail.com. Or you can talk in the movie review section of my Discord, the Ferret Nation Discord. Alright, so let's go ahead and introduce ourselves. I am, of course, Yemmy the Ferret. Who am I here with?
Greedy Waffles.
Animation.
And Coco Gamer.
Ah, the gang's back.
Yes.
We're all here.
Yes, finally.
I would like to
100%.
give another thank you to Callus, who came in super last minute last episode to talk about Edge of Tomorrow. We do appreciate that, of course. But I'm glad that we got the gang here, at least for one episode.
We'll see about next week.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
We gotta start up with some house cleaning. Now, I'm letting Coco off the hook for Get Out, of course, because that's just too far away now. But, Coco, if you got any comments about Edge of Tomorrow you'd like to get off your chest, let's hear it.
Edge of Tomorrow, I have to say, I've seen it like 3 or 4 times over the past years. I still, like I said, it's a one and done movie. I watch it, I'll watch it for the time being, enjoy it, but then not enjoy it if I watch it a second time today. I'm not saying that the action scenes were bad. I'm just saying that time they look at, I don't know, it's a good movie, but the story doesn't add up at the end.
So
One
you've
and
watched,
done
how many
movie,
times
but
have
you
you
watched
watched
it
it?
4 times? Like, what?
Well, it's 4 times over the years.
Okay, so you got a little time between them. All right.
Alright.
Well, Coco, go ahead and introduce the movie for this episode.
Well, for this episode, I chose Caroline.
Nope.
It's a 2000.
It's Coraline.
Caroline.
Or not Caroline.
It's easy to mix that up because it's so. It's a
Everyone made
2000
the mistake in the
and
movie. It's part of the
Exactly.
movie.
yeah, everyone did. It's a 2009 film, and general synopsis, if my computer allowed, general synopsis is adventurous 11-year-old finds another world in a strangely idolized version of a frustrating home. But it has sinister secrets. And I wanted to start off by saying that even from the get-go, I really loved the animation in this movie. What'd you guys think?
It's great animation. I mean, this studio has done so many good stop motion movies like Kibo and the Two Strings, Box Trolls. So I think at this point they are kind of masters of the stop motion.
Yeah, I have a bit of a different opinion.
Oh.
I mean, this studio made James the Giant Peach, and they also did The Nightmare Before Christmas. And this movie it felt a little bit lacking compared to, especially The Nightmare Before Christmas. I felt like it was very I felt like there wasn't much going on in the scenes and stuff. I felt like because you watch Nightmare Before Christmas and it has all these lighting effects and these really well animated characters, and the characters look so cool, and they're all monsters and blah blah blah. And in this movie, just kind of the characters just didn't really pop for me. I felt like they didn't really, I don't know, because they had personality for sure, but I just didn't feel like the movie was on the same level as something like even James the Giant Peach. It was actually a movie that I actually don't like too much, but at least the animation of the characters and stuff like that is actually, and the design of the characters are actually really unique and cool. Whereas with Coraline, I just wasn't feeling that.
You know,
felt
I
like
see that.
I felt like the movements were choppy, if that makes sense. Like I don't know if like that's like the whole idea, but I felt like, they like say something and then there was a lag between the movement and like the vocals, if that makes sense.
I
No?
wasn't seeing that myself.
I didn't see that either.
Yeah, I felt
I think there was like one or two times I saw something like that, but I just assumed it was kind of just since I was streaming it, it might have just been a bit of a lag thing.
And it could have been that, yeah.
Well, since we all share our thoughts on that, it leads me to the first scene of the movie where we see this set of hands crafting the doll kind of formation, which is definitely heavy foreshadowing of one, the other mother's true form, and two, how she actually thinks of anyone that she wants to love or take, a doll version of herself, something that can be used. Well, what'd you guys think?
Yeah, well, I mean, it was a cool intro. I didn't really think too much of it when I first saw it, only because this is my first time watching it, and I was just like, it's an intro, and of course, later on in the movie, they explain why the doll is there. It is weird because, I don't know if this other mother is working with whoever owns this building, but, I mean...
Grandmother.
Yeah, it's like how like, and even later on in the movie, like the kid also brings her the doll. It's like, are they like working with her or something like that? Because I mean, that's what it seems like. But apparently that's not what's happening. It's kind of weird.
No, because technically, so the
Tay, move
grandma's
closer to your mic.
oh, sorry, the grandma's twin, went missing. So they locked up. They hid the door, and then she kept the doll
In a way.
away from everybody. Then Wybie found it and was just like, "Well, this looks like the girl I just met. I should show it to her." And my guess is the other mother, the doll originally probably looked like her twin sister. Other mother took it back and made it look like Coraline, so just kind of did a swap. Grandma didn't notice at first, and then Wybie took it.
Yeah, I figured that. Yeah, it's just weird. Like, I don't know, just like all of a sudden it's two people move into this apartment with a daughter, and yeah,
Yeah, it's a little coincidental, but that's just kind of part of Pixar, not Pixar, kind of these movies that a lot of things are a little coincidental.
Yeah, it is weird because like Wybie mentions that, like, oh, Grandma doesn't let kids live in this house, but suddenly she made the exception.
Yeah, why did she make the exception this time?
that's what I'm saying. It seems a little suspicious,
It does seem a little suspicious. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially because later on in the movie, after she comes back from the other world and she's like freaked out about it. I mean, that kid's acting all weird, like I really need that doll back, and it's like, okay. I don't know. Maybe it was just like a trick to try and make you think that they were working with the other mother.
It probably was.
Yeah.
I don't know. We should read the book.
There's a book?
Jeez.
It's a book.
I didn't even know there was a book.
Well,
Yeah,
all
it's
right.
based off a book by Neil Gaiman.
Finish the Edge of Tomorrow manga and then get on Caroline.
Yeah.
All right. I'll be the reader guy.
Yeah, dude.
I'm sure it's pretty faithful to the book. I mean, I've never read it myself, but
I don't think they changed too much about it.
You'd be surprised. Like, I remember, I mean, it's slightly off topic, but reading or watching Howl's Moving Castle and going, this is so good. And then I actually read the book and went, they're nothing alike. Like, they are, but they're not. It's weird.
Yeah. Well, okay. I retract my statement until we know either way.
Yeah. I'll get on that. I need to finish the manga first, and then I'll read Coraline.
And right after that, we'll do Lord of the Rings. How about that?
I've read Lord of the Rings. I can tell you all the differences right now.
All right, save that for when one of us does the Lord of the Rings movie.
It's a
Okay.
2-hour long podcast.
Yes.
I was thinking that the characters in the movie, while I did enjoy like YB and Mr. B, I didn't really remember any of their names over the time. Like they only said them like once throughout the movie, and like once maybe twice, but they're not memorable. Other than YB, which is like we made a joke over like 5 lines every time when he's there.
Yeah, I liked Mr. B. I thought he was a fun character.
Yeah, I did enjoy Mr. B.
When
But you're right. I mean, the other characters, like the characters who aren't prominent in the movie, like Coraline and YB or whatever his name is. Yeah, I mean, I don't think they even said like the name of the mom and dad, other than mom and dad.
No.
But
Exactly.
the 2 ladies down in the basement, I'm blanking on what their names were.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I remember one was Ariel or April or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
I saw this movie at this point probably, like the year after it came out. Like my friend had it and I watched it. And watching it this time, I was like, I don't remember this scene with like the old ladies like scantily dressed and like I don't remember any of this.
That reminds me. Like, sorry to branch off into the like kind of, I don't know, like I'll say end, but near the end, like ending at near like the after the halfway point. It's just like I'm so surprised they had like that much skin in a PG movie. They require you to see that much skin in 2009.
Yeah, it was weird. Like I remember the dogs and like the dogs in the angel costumes.
Yeah, that was
But
fine.
I don't remember. I don't really remember the actresses. Or
I think
like,
it burned away from your memory.
I may have. I'm like, oh, or maybe I don't know. I didn't remember it, and I was like, yeah. I was thinking the same thing. Like, it's a lot. I guess technically not skin since they're stop motion.
Yeah, it's fake, but still, it's just.
But it's a lot of skin for a kids movie.
Yeah, especially the lady in the clamshell. I think there was only something covering her
Her nipples.
her nipples and her crotch. So
Yeah.
I was so weirded out by that scene. That was like,
It was weird. I had to.
it was very. And this is a kids movie, right? Like they
Yeah.
advertise it as a kids movie,
They did indeed.
and it's PG.
Mhm, exactly.
I guess since it wasn't I don't know. It definitely was like it's definitely sexual. Like,
Yes,
it's
I
not,
think
but
that
it is.
she had the like full outfitting and made boob jokes, just hitting people with it and all that stuff. I was like, wow, they really are just really just showing it off.
So, I don't know about you guys, but the parents in the movie, I don't know how you felt about them. I felt like they were a little bit like the dad was at least trying a little bit, but the mother was like completely out of it until like. But then all of a sudden at the end they just kind of changed because their book got made or whatever. I don't know what kind of message that sends to kids.
Yeah.
Again, a kids movie, you know.
We got money. We now care about you.
Yeah, like it was a little weird. I'm not gonna lie, and especially because it's like throughout the whole movie, even at the point when they get out of the snow globe, they're just like dismissive of Coraline, and maybe like even at the beginning of the movie, the dad was like, "I'm trying to work on this shit. Get out of here," count the windows, and then all of a sudden at the end, when when their book deal goes through, it's like, oh, now let's plant all these flowers and turnips and
Yeah.
now all of a sudden I'm really happy to have a daughter. Like, okay.
Like I did enjoy that he was kind of trying over the time, like because unlike the mother, like he made jokes with her, and then mother just intervened, saying it's like, no, I want you to go back to work. Like, and then was like trying to make it up to her. It always says like when we have no scenes. And, like the mother would show that she is trying for her.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. The mom was kind of the worst.
Mhm.
But you know who was even worse? The
The
other
other-
mother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the design of like the needles and stuff on her hands,
Mhm.
but I think
Yeah.
the main design of like her face and stuff I didn't like as much. Because I felt
I
like
don't know,
the
like-
sewing needles were like a part of her character, but I didn't really enjoy like how she looked, like with the cracked face and stuff.
Yeah. I feel
That
like
could-
that was just the facade of like she was still kind of trying to look like the real mom, so it's just kind of the facade was cracking.
Maybe.
I also gotta think it's. What I'm guessing is like since she had the 3 kids walked away, over time her power or whatever she has been dying down because she doesn't have anything to manipulate or use. I don't even know how power works to be honest, but
Yeah, it sounds like she sucks the life energy from the kids, and that's how she gets her power. And then she
Yeah.
lost each eyeball, which is what gave her the power. The world started crumbling away because she was
Mhm.
losing what little power she did have.
yeah. I mean that's why she looked all disordered and not the best.
Yeah.
It does make you wonder what she actually looks like, though.
Yeah, it really does.
I'm thinking a spider mixed with sewing needles.
Yeah, because of the whole web thing at the end too.
yeah.
Yeah.
I also when the hand got through to the real world, I felt like there was going to be something more to that. Like even though there are some stakes there, and they kill the thing with the rock. Not Dwayne the Rock Johnson, just a rock.
That was the best cameo when The Rock showed up.
I was really thinking that the other mother was gonna break through that door or something, and start the mess with them again. Like the hand was gonna unlock the door itself. I feel like she could have a pretty good lock picking skill, with those needle hands. But
Well, I mean, it's a
Maybe not.
magic key. You can't just pick a magic lock.
how magic is it?
So
Yeah,
magic
it's
that there's only one key, and that the hand was trying to get the key to unlock it,
Right.
and it failed.
Yeah.
Because The Rock showed up.
I was thinking that there was gonna be something because the end of the movie doesn't like feel like the end of the movie, right? It kind of feels like there's
Yeah,
something
yeah.
left unsaid. So like when the movie ends, it's like, oh well, they're planting all these tulips. Is the other mother gonna burst from the ground or something, or like is there something else gonna happen here? Because it didn't feel like a very satisfying ending. It didn't feel like an
Yeah.
ending in my opinion.
I guess I could see them doing a sequel to this movie, but but they never did.
I don't know if it needs a sequel. I just think it needs like an extra, maybe 10 minutes of something
One time.
happening. Just to make it feel like a better ending.
Did you guys think of the cat? Sorry.
I wasn't a big fan of the cat's design, but I liked the cat overall as a character.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
I
just the way
didn't-
that they had to like animate his mouth made him look a little weird because he like had
Mhm.
fur on his face, but then his mouth looked plastic almost.
Yeah.
But that's
exactly.
because they had to animate the mouth differently from
Mm.
other characters. What about you, Greedy? What did you think of the cat?
Yeah, I mean, you guys have hit on it. I mean, yeah, the cat kind of looked a little weird, but
I'm not hitting
I
on
don't
no
know, I mean-
cats.
but yeah, I mean, the cat, wasn't like annoying, but it contributed to the story. So like, I thought like the amount of cat time versus like other people time was just right enough.
Yeah, and they kind of kept him a mystery for a good amount until
Mhm.
he was fully revealed to talk and interact with both worlds.
Yeah, it's like 35 minutes, and then you're like, oh, the cat can talk.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
There's also Keith David as the cat. And he was the child's in the thing.
The child's in the thing?
Yeah. I don't know who the childs. I can't remember who the childs are in the thing, but it is just where he says he's probably the childs.
Oh, he's the character Childs, not a child.
I can't remember the thing. It was a long time ago I watched it.
Yeah, I think he was the guy with the flamethrower at the end, and they sat. Yeah, I know who you're talking.
He's in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he's in a lot of stuff. He's a very good actor.
I say, isn't he Goliath in Gargoyles?
Hercules?
I know the guy who voiced the cat.
Yeah. There's a lot of things here.
Yeah, I think he was a gargoyle in Hercules.
Oh, well, I'm talking about the TV show Gargoyles.
Oh, I don't know about it. I don't know anything about that.
You should watch
There's
it.
too many things here. You have to look it up on your own time.
That's fine.
Well, do we have anything else to say about
Man,
Coraline?
yeah, I really have nothing else to say about it.
I did like the scene where I did. Sorry, trying to remember what it was. I did like how like the things like disappear. Like I don't know how I should say this. Like disappeared when one of the eyeballs was taken and going all white.
Oh yeah, how they disintegrated.
Yeah, thank you. I can't think of the word.
Yeah, no, I thought that was a cool effect.
You know, a part of the movie I did really enjoy. I really like that little the jumping mouse band that Mr. B put on. I like the song that it played because it actually sounded like tiny instruments were being played there, and I like the choreography and the camera work on that section of it too. I felt like that was a really fun scene to watch.
The one thing that stood out to me in that scene, like not as like a bad thing, but like all the shadows, because like each mouse casts like 3 shadows, like because of the lights and stuff, and I'm just like, and those shadows have to be real, right? Like,
Yeah.
It'd be so hard to do that after the fact, or like, but I just feel like it'd be hard to get it with stop motion, make sure the shadows line up too.
Yeah.
That's just crazy.
Yeah, it looked probably it had the most personality out of any of the moments in the movie, in my opinion. I mean, besides from when the dad was planting the flowers with the giant praying mantis mower, but other than that, like the Mr. B mouse scene was the other one that really stood out to me. As like, oh well, maybe this is what I wish the whole movie kind of looked like, with this much style and energy.
Yeah. Well, it had a different type of style. Like the style they were going for definitely was more just drab.
Yeah,
like
I mean, yeah, I understand that. I just when the last when you think of claymation or this type of movie, your mind directly goes to things like Corpse Bride and movies that look like this animation too, or like of course everyone goes to The Nightmare Before Christmas, and that's the one that I always go to too, because that's like one of my favorite movies ever. And you go, but this just doesn't look like the same. Like, even though Nightmare Before Christmas came out way before this, and even though James and the Giant Peach came out way before this, and they had like live action stuff mixed in with claymation, which was like revolutionary for the time, and it still is pretty impressive. This just doesn't scream impressive to me.
Yeah, I can see that. And like I said, I think it was kind of the look they were going for. They wanted to drab, but yeah, it definitely isn't as like cool or impressive looking as some of their other movies. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys seen Kibo and the Two Strings, but there's some really cool stuff in that one.
Yeah, that's one of those movies it's very stylish. It's got a very nice color palette to it, and everything kind of meshes together really well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
This is a quick one.
Yeah.
I don't think we have anything else to say about this one.
Oh.
Well, yeah, Coco, if you want to start off with your final thoughts and rating, go ahead.
Yeah, I enjoyed this movie. The first time I watched it was at school because we had like nothing to do on the last day. So like coming in the second time, I noticed some more stuff with the like filmography. It also helped that I wasn't watching it on a really old laptop. So I can appreciate it more. Like I enjoy the animation, even though there was some frisks of it sometimes, but other than that, it's not like nothing where I would discredit from the movie. But overall, I'll just give it 4.5 out of 5.
Alrighty. Yeah, I thought it was like a middle of the road type movie. I wasn't like super impressed with it, but it wasn't like a boring watch. I liked there was a few scenes here and there that I enjoyed, and I thought the voice acting was pretty good, all things considered. I just wish that it had more of its own personality to it. You know, kind of like other movies that we mentioned already. I don't want to go over all that, but yeah, you know, it was just kind of like, you know, it's fine. It's nothing like super amazing that I'm gonna watch again, but I'm glad that I finally did get around to watching it, and I'd give it a 3 out of 5.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Yummy. Like middle of the road. I don't know. I found it a little boring. Got kind of just creeped out by the movie. Um, the nude scene. I don't know. That was just a little awkward.
It wasn't completely nude.
I know, but those who watch it, you would know. Like it just did not sit right, and the vibes is. I know it's supposed to be like a creepy movie. I don't know, just them advertising it as like a kids movie, you know, this and that. It was just like, I don't know. It was just weird, and I did find it a little boring, as I say. But still, like a boring middle of the road kind of movie, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna give it a 2.5.
All right. Overall, like for me, like it wasn't boring, but yeah, it's kind of middle of the road. It's just like, oh, this is all right. This is fine. Like I could watch it once every 11 years and be fine, but I won't go out of my way to like watch it or anything. Animation I thought was pretty good. For stop motion and stuff, I think I just kind of like that style. But I do agree with Yemi. Yeah, it is a little more like I think they took the drab too far and kind of sucked all the personality out of it. But overall, like I said, it was okay. I'll watch it again someday, eventually, maybe. But I'd give it a 3.5 out of 5.
Seems like we're all spread across the board on this one.
Yeah, we are.
Alrighty, well, as you all know, we had the fan vote that happened during Tay's recommendation, and the winner has been chosen. And the winner was Goodfellas from 1990, which was directed by Martin Scorsese. Is that how you say it? Scorsese?
Scorsese, yeah.
This was chosen by Maz, aka Maz Tech Gaming. And actually, this is, I think, the first recommendation that we ever got, I think. So it's been a while, but
I feel like Goodfellas has been on the board for a while.
yeah, it was one of the OGs.
Yeah.
So it finally got chosen.
Fun movie. So,
and Maz is actually going to join us on the podcast. I know he's taking a bit of a hiatus from Twitch and YouTube right now as he gets his stuff sorted out. But he said that he'd be able to join us for the episode, and he's a super fan, so expect a little bit more of an in-depth conversation than this one about Coraline.
Yeah.
Let me just go over the synopsis here real quickly. So, this is the true story of Henry Hill, a half-Irish, half-Sicilian Brooklyn kid who was adopted by neighborhood gangsters at an early age and climbs the ranks of the mafia family under the guidance of Jimmy Conaway. And this movie stars Ray Liotta, Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, Lorraine Bracco, and a bunch of other people that you know or not know. But yeah, I'm excited to watch this because I've never seen it, and obviously everyone's like, you gotta see Goodfellas.
Goodfellas, it is a pretty good movie, so
Right.
you gotta see it.
Gotta see.
I've never seen it, so I'm excited.
Okie dokie. I mean, that's all I gotta say. Anyone else have anything they want to mention before we end the show?
No?
Nope.
All right. Well, this was a speed run of our review for Coraline. I hope you all enjoyed. Thanks for listening on whatever platform you're listening on. I'm Yemmy the Ferret, and I've been here with...
Pretty waffles.
Animation.
I'm Coco Gamer.
And we are Film Freakz with a Z, the podcast all about movies. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.
Later.
Bye.
See ya.